know how the beginning of this shit go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Combat and Kick It, because tonight is fight night. UFC 303, PEREIRA versus PROCHAZKA 2. Who's going to win? Let's talk about it. So like I said, welcome back to another episode of Combat and Kick It. Tonight we got PEREIRA versus PROCHAZKA 2. Huge light heavyweight matchup. Obviously, supposed to be originally Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler for this card, but it got scrapped. The original co-main event was Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree. It got scrapped. Everything on this card got changed and rearranged around, but the card stayed alive. Shout out to PEREIRA and PROCHAZKA, and shout out to Brian Ortega and Diego Lopez. Obviously, both featherweights had to move their fight to 155 and with the short notice and everything like that. Tough for them to get down to the 145. But Dana still said that no matter what the circumstances, it's a featherweight fight at lightweight. So if one wins, it still will help them move up in the 145-pound division. So that's good to know. But I wanted to come through with a little extended breakdown type of thing just on PEREIRA and PROCHAZKA specifically. Now, I said before I'm going to start getting into more detailed podcasts because I would like to get into more detailed breakdowns, right? It's hard to do a detailed breakdown when you break down the entire main card. It takes about 25 minutes regardless. So with this, I can take a little bit longer time and just focus on the main event that everybody is super excited for. And I am super excited myself. You got two warriors. I've mentioned this a million times. Two warriors. These aren't fighters anymore, man. These aren't typical MMA fighters. These are two warriors, two OG-style gladiators from a different time period. That's just how I look at it. Like, these guys are not meant to be fighting today. They're fighting from a different time period. Now, we know Yuri's unorthodox style, right? He bounces around a lot. He's got a lot of bouncing. He explodes in. He's kind of quick, right? Hard to read, hard to time. And then you got PEREIRA, who is calm, in a way stiff, but not like stiff in the sense of striking. He just stays there. He's very, very patient. He picks his shots. So what's the keys to victory for each guy? Now I'm gonna say for Yuri is do exactly what you did in the first round of your first fight with him, right? You have to keep that pressure on him. Continue staying in his face, landing shots he doesn't like, keeping his back up against the cage. Those are positions that Alex Pereira doesn't like to be in. Now, Alex was off the back foot in the last fight when he got the KO, but that just shows the significance of his power. You got to be careful and be weary of his power no matter what the case may be. But I think if Yuri can keep him up against the cage, keep the pressure on him, mix the game up. I'm not saying take him down. I'm not even saying wrestle him, but mix the game up. Make him think that there's other things that are going to go on in this game, right? I think when you do stuff like that, it does take their mind off of the striking a bit and starts focusing on other things, which leaves openings. And if you leave openings against a guy like Yuri with his unorthodox style, he could end up landing. Now, a lot of people have been predicting Yuri PROCHAZKA by knockout. Now, I don't know if that's because people are hating on Alex Pereira or if they truly believe that Yuri PROCHAZKA is going to go in there and get the finish. I said it in the last podcast that I really hope if this fight was to go into Yuri's favor, that it's a 5-round fight or something action-packed to warrant a fifth fight or a third fight, right? To warrant the third fight. Please give us a reason to get a third fight. You know, I mean, even if it was a quick finish or third round finish or whatever the case may be, I think we're still deserving of getting that third fight. Since we got 1 and 2, you got to make it a trilogy. But obviously, if Alex gets the win, trilogy is off. 2-0, there's no need for it. Now, what's Alex Pereira's key to victory? The typical things that he always does, he needs to continue to do. I like what he did against Jamal. If you watch that first round against Jamal, right? And I know people got their problems with the Jamal fight, but the man won regardless. He literally, he didn't throw a left hook the entire first round until he threw the one left hook that landed on Jamal, and that was it. So I think regardless of the situation, regardless of anything, Jamal began to back up after they touched hands anyways. He began to back up. He put himself in a worse position. He could have tried to press forward, but he didn't, right? So he steps back. Poatan threw a left hook, the first left hook he threw of the entire fight, and it KO'd him. So, but moving on. What needs to happen for Pereira? What does he have to do? What does Shama have to do? What do you got to do to win this fight and do what you do? Stay on him in a way that all the unorthodox stuff looks like it's not working, basically. Right? Stay in front of him. Right? Don't back up. Just stay in front of him. Even try to pressure him a little bit if you can. It's hard to pressure a guy like Yuri. Stick with the leg kicks. If you watch the Raychik fight, Yuri don't check leg kicks for anything. He didn't check any leg kicks against Raychik. So they were doing damage. And Yuri was getting clipped up by Raychik too. He was getting tagged up by Raychik. So I think if you combine the patience and just, make Yuri miss those moments where he jumps in, explodes in and stuff like that. Make him miss on those and make him pay. And I think Alex should hold off on throwing that left hand like he did against Jamal. Let it go for 3-4 minutes before you throw it. And then all of a sudden it comes out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's a bomb shot. I think he should work a lot of kicks. Work a lot of kicks. Try to keep Yuri distant. Right? Because like I said, keys to victory for Yuri is to put the pressure on. Keys to victory for Alex is, it's weird that I'm saying is stand in front of him. Just stay in front of him, right? Allow and make him miss. You gotta just. It's weird that I'm saying it, and maybe I'm thinking of it wrong. Maybe there's a different fight way to describe it instead of saying stand in front of him. But you see, Alex is very patient. Very, very patient. And he just bounces right in front of you. Like, he doesn't have much lateral movement or anything like that. He bounces right in front of you. But what it does is it forces the opponent to go back. He's not pressuring him with strikes or anything like that. He's not throwing him like how Max Holloway would to pressure a guy back to the back foot. He's just staying in front of him, slowly moving, right? And I think that's how he should do this too. Don't let Yuri be able to get all that wacky stuff off, because that's the problem. When Yuri is able to get all that wacky stuff off, he catches you with something you didn't see coming, and it wobbles you. You don't get knocked out from that first shot, you get wobbled. And from that point on in the fight, you're either continuing to get hurt until you get knocked out, or he ends up swarming you and gets a finish. You got to be careful with a guy like Yuri. So I think Alex should just play it smart, play it safe, kick to the body, kick to the legs, wait. Be patient with the left hand. Some jabs to the body. I like his jabs to the body, but he keeps his head wide open when he throws that jab to the body. If Yuri could time that with a left head kick or something like that, it could be very dangerous. It could be extremely dangerous. Now look, I'm an Alex Pereira fan. I'm rocking with Shama for this one. Shama, huh? I'm rocking with Alex in this one, right? But I like Yuri PROCHAZKA too, so I'm not gonna act like I don't want to see both men win. If neither of them could lose, that would be the best possible outcome for a fan like me. But one of them's got to win. One of them's got to be on top. So you got to see all the different openings that you could possibly see to see who can win. This is an unpredictable game. This is the most unpredictable sport, I think, in all of sports, right? You have no idea what can possibly happen. You would never expect so many years back when Ronda Rousey got head kick KO'd by Holly Holm in Australia. No one expected that, right? No one was thinking that was going to happen. So there's certain moments like that. No one expected Conor to walk in 13 seconds and hit Jose Aldo right down the middle. No one expected Chris Weidman to be the one to knock out Anderson Silva. Matt Serra to be the one to beat GSP. These are things that no one could have predicted, right? We could have pretend like we predicted it, but we would have never really predicted this stuff. This is stuff that these are upsets, and anything can happen in this sport is basically what I'm getting at. Anything can happen in this sport, so don't doubt either man. Obviously, if Alex unleashes that left hand, it's always dangerous, and we've seen it do damage to Yuri before. But Yuri, like I said, was landing good shots on him in the first round of the first fight. He has to try to do that again and not stop. Right, but if he gets caught, he gets caught. That's how the game goes. And the last person you want to get tagged by a mean left hand is Alex Pereira. You don't want that hitting your chin. So I think it's going to be a great fight, though. I think we're going to get a little bit more than we got last time, but I think it's going to be a fantastic fight. I really do. I think the fans are about to get the stuff that we've been talking about. Like at the beginning of this video, I said that this is a battle between two warriors, not fighters. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is what I want to see now. I want to see these guys totally show that they have to take everything out of the arsenal, right? I want to see them empty the arsenal completely in this fight against each other through 5 rounds. I mean, I know a lot of people want to see the Poatan KO, and I would love to see it too. I would love to see him kind of continuing that reign of getting that left hook KO. And I just want to see him continue getting title defenses. But in this fight, I just want to see them both empty the arsenal. Empty everything, put it all out there, go to war. You know, you really haven't seen like Alex go to war, but if you watch him and Izzy back the first fight, they you know, it was a good fight. It actually was a pretty good fight. So if you can get something like that, but a little bit more action-packed, just a little bit more, just a tiny bit more. I know you're not going to get a BMF matchup, a Holloway and Gaethje matchup, but realistically, these are 2 bad motherfuckers. If there was another BMF belt, you can put a BMF belt on the line for this fight too, because these are 2 bad motherfuckers. Taking this fight on short notice for either of them, they just got off fighting at the same card, right? Either of them taking this 3 cards after the last one they just fought at. That's crazy. That's crazy. That shows that these men are savages and they saved the entire card. So shout out to the 2 light heavyweights that saved this card. And I hope tonight is a fantastic matchup. I'm locking it in with Poatan with my prediction. Am I betting on it? No, but I'm locking it in as the prediction. So if you guys are making some bets and stuff like that, you can maybe go with Poatan KO. You can maybe go with Yuri decision. Yuri, I don't know. Unpredictable sport. But good luck with your bets tonight. I will catch you after UFC 303. I got to do the review. You know how it goes. So you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell notification button so you know when the next episode is out. And I will catch you then. Your boy Bando's out. Peace.